a presidential run is a possibility.
Our top story, though, the Golden Globes big night in Hollywood.
An empowering night all around.
Oprah Winfrey, quote, actively thinking about running for president.
The talk of the town, Oprah for president. A chorus erupting overnight after Oprah Winfrey delivered a speech of presidential proportion at the Golden Globes.
So I want all the girls watching here and now to know that a new day is on the horizon.
It was the main event in a different type of award show for Hollywood, one where activism became the accessory to vote. A sea of black dress reflecting the tidal wave shift of the Me Too and Time's Up movements.
I've never seen this show of solidarity from a group of women and the men who support them and encourage them. It's extraordinary. And then Oprah's speech just was like the apex.
She gave a master class in oratory that brought Hollywood to its feet and the status quo to its knees.
And when that new day finally dawns, it will be because of a lot of magnificent women, many of whom are right here in this room tonight, and some pretty phenomenal men fighting hard to make sure that they become the leaders who take us to the time when nobody ever has to say, "Me too," again. Thank you.
It was very powerful. It was very impactful. There's no one else who does Oprah like Oprah.
Oprah is the greatest communicator in television of the last 50 years. It's one of the many things that Hollywood admires her for. They recognize that Oprah is the best storyteller of her generation. And where that comes from is this phenomenal ability to communicate, this amazing capacity for empathy and for displaying it on television.
As Me Too and Time's Up sweep Hollywood, they echo a message that Oprah has been fighting for throughout her career.
I wanted people to be responsible for the energy they brought to me.
We all have hopes and fears and dreams. We all want to be our best selves. We want to live our best lives. And Oprah reminds us of that.
A living example of overcoming obstacles, the power of one voice, and what can happen if you dare to dream.
Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Oprah Winfrey.
She began to articulate last night, a path that involved rejection and bullying and seen as being insufficient. She was constantly marginalized and put down as a young person. And she strove to change people's minds about her, and she succeeded. As Oprah became the first black woman to receive the Cecil B. DeMille Award, she reflected on history as she made it, recalling herself watching Sidney Poitier's 1964 Oscar win for Best Actor.
It is a long journey to this moment.
His tie was white, and of course his skin was black, and I'd never seen a black man being celebrated like that.
When she talked at the Golden Globes last night about Sidney Poitier and seeing this moment of him receiving the Academy Award and what it meant to her, I think that she's been that same figure for a lot of other men and women.
Jen White is the host of the podcast Making Oprah on WBEZ Chicago. Behind-the-scenes look at Winfrey's groundbreaking talk show.
When you're a young person and you see yourself reflected on television, you see yourself reflected in media or in science and technology, business, finance, whatever, it opens a door of possibility for you. Seeing yourself reflected has a real power, and it makes you understand that you have a place in the world.
Recy Taylor, a name I know and I think you should know too.
Recy Taylor, a young mother, a black woman who was abducted walking home from church in Alabama in 1944, a story long buried in history.
I was begging them to leave me alone. Don't shoot me.
Recy Taylor is a pivotal link in a long chain of sexual abuse against African American women. It goes back to slavery, and it continues today.
Taylor, who died 11 days ago, now the subject of a documentary, The Rape of Recy Taylor, directed by Nancy Bursky.
How did you react when you heard Oprah Winfrey say Recy Taylor?
I was speechless at first, and then I started screaming. And the longer she talked, the more I screamed. We didn't know she was going to talk about her. We knew it was a game changer.
And it said what to you? Oprah Winfrey would mention this woman from Alabama.
You know, it goes back to the day that Recy Taylor was raped. She spoke up, and it started a chain of events where she was trying to get justice for this. And after justice failed for her, she was forgotten.
But forgotten no more.
For too long, women have not been heard or believed if they dared to speak their truth to the power of those men. But their time is up.
The issue, a deeply personal one for Oprah, herself a victim of sexual assault when she was a child.
And I'd been left with a 19-year-old cousin. And he raped me.
Long before the speech heard round the globe, Oprah Winfrey was pushing boundaries.
I'm Oprah Winfrey, and welcome to the very first National Oprah Winfrey Show!
The first African-American woman to host a nationally syndicated talk show, she connected to audiences with a realness all her own.
But two things have bugged me for years. The first, my thighs. The second...
She was exactly who she was on the air. She didn't feel the need to present a veneer of this perfect woman who doesn't have any struggles.
She's very mom, she's very auntie. Oprah is very powerful, and she's very much a very wealthy woman, but she's also, you know, gonna be at the cookout doing the potato salad.
Her show reflecting and propelling the national conversation at times into complex and uncomfortable topics.
And this child rape epidemic in America doesn't end until we are all willing to do what these young girls have done.
I think Oprah has always tried to use her show and her platform to empower and to bring voice to the voiceless.
Each one is holding a picture of themselves at the age when they say they were first sexually abused.
These themes and Oprah's power on full display last night.
And Oprah brought it full circle from where we were to where we are to where we're going in the future.
But will that future include a President Winfrey? She's denied it in the past, speaking here to Jimmy Kimmel.
It's the one thing I know for sure, is I will never run for office.
But longtime partner Stedman Graham told the LA Times it's up to the people. She would absolutely do it.
Thank you.
And there seemed to be no shortage of potential supporters last night.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.